Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You all know the drill. You want to like, you want to comment, you want to subscribe, you want to make sure that you hit that post notification bell so you can know when a girl posts a new video. Ting! Welcome back, guys. Today I'm just going to kind of hopefully do a quick run through of some tips and tricks that you can use for your game, as well as a couple of mods that I use for my game. We are going to start here today with what is this guy's name? Mr. Johnny Zest. Okay. First thing that we're going to do for Mr. Zest is we're going to increase his funds. This is one of the simplest things that you guys can do when you want to increase your Sim's funds. If you are just trying to get them to boost up maybe in life and you don't want them to be in a trailer home like Mr. Zest is here right now. If you don't want them to be in a trailer home like he is here, and you want them to move up to be in something a little bit more lavish, then of course you can give them more money. And by doing this, the easiest way is just to come down here on their little money thing that says household funds. Click one time, it'll give them $1,000. Click another time, it'll give them $1,000. Simple as that. If you say to yourself, that is taking too long, $1,000 here, $1,000 here, $1,000 here, no, that's taking too long. If you click on Control, Shift, and C all at the same time, you should get this little white box. Up here in this little white box, if you type in the word Motherlode, you get $50,000. $50,000 adds up a whole lot quicker than 1,000, but it's all money nonetheless. So once again, if you type in the word Motherlode, you get $50,000. To me, that's the simplest cheat. That's the most that's the biggest cheat that most people are most concerned with, is to be able to give their Sims more money without actually having to get a job or whatever the case may be, because at the end of the day, even with the job, your skills have to be built up, and so that takes time. So that's an easy way to build up money. Another thing that you can also do with this box up here is, once you create your Sim and you put your Sim into gameplay, the only thing that you can basically do with your Sim is you can change their aspiration on what they want to do in life. You can change their aspiration just by, I believe, just by clicking on here. You can come in here and you can select a new aspiration. What you cannot change is your Sim's traits. You can't change what they look like. You can't mess with their facial features or anything like that. The way that you have your Sim, once you hit that check button at the end of your create a Sim, that's the way that your Sim is going to remain. You can change their hair, you can change their clothes, and that is about it. I believe you can add and take away tattoos. You can do that, but anything else you cannot mess with. Now, say for example, you're like, I'm just not feeling my Sim. I need to do something different with them. What you can do, again, in this little white box, you can type in testing cheats true. Make sure there's a space in between testing cheats and true. Once you hit enter, it'll tell you that cheats have been enabled. The next thing you will need to type in is cas.fulleditmode. Hit enter, make that go away. Do Control+Shift+C to make the box go away. And if you hold down the shift button and click on your Sim, you should see modify in cas. You have to see modify in cas. If you don't see that, that means you did something wrong. You're going to have to go back in and do it again. Modify in cas. So we're going to go to cas, and with that, you can change absolutely everything about your Sim. You can change the way that your Sim, that you're like, if you just randomize the Sim and you're like, it's just something about this Sim I don't like, you can come in here and change that Sim. And You can change their body. You can change their body type. You can change their traits. You can change whether or not if they're already an adult and you don't want them to be an adult, you want to bring them down to a young adult, you can do that as well. You can change their voice, and you can make them muscular. You can make them super skinny. You can make them super fat, or you can do it like that. So then also, like I said, now you can come in here and you can actually go to the detail edit mode, where you can make actual face adjustments and other type of adjustments that you want to make. Again, without that cheat, you cannot do any of that to your sim once you have already initially created your sim. So let's come back out of here. And then the next thing that we're going to look at is we're going to go into the build mode real quick, and I'm going to show you a couple of little tricks with build mode, and then we'll go on to talk about we'll start getting into mods. Okay, so now we're going to go into build mode, and build mode is up here. And if you also notice, if you see, they have F2 next to build mode, so if you want to use your keystrokes, you can just click on F2, and F2 will also bring you to build mode. So let's go into build mode. Also on your loading screen, Sims will also give you a couple of tips and tricks that you can do with your game. So if you see this grid line, if you don't want to see that grid line, you just hit the letter G. The grid line will go away. If you hit the letter G again, the grid line will come back. One of the things in The Sims is The Sims feels like stuff cannot intersect with objects, cannot intersect with other objects. You might want to move a table a little bit closer to something, or a chair a little bit closer to something. It will not let you intersect. It'll tell you no, that's not possible. It cannot do that, because in reality it cannot do that. But there is a way. Control+SHIFT+C. If you hit Control+SHIFT+C, and you type in move objects, it'll tell you the cheat is on, and at that point you can intersect items. It does not tell you no, you cannot do that. See, the chair stays in the table, so it'll let you intersect. It'll let you get closer to objects rather than the game placing them in certain areas. Also, if you hold down Alt, right click, and move your object, it will slide. You can slide it wherever you want. If you do not hold down Alt, it is going to go on the grid line. Again, if you hold down Alt, you can slide in between the grid lines. You can move it wherever you want. The moment you take your finger off of Alt, it's going to go to the grid line. So that's another little tip that you can keep in mind with that. You have move objects. Okay, so if you go into search by object, if you go into, what is this called, objects by room, let's go to here, let's go to computers. Each section will more than likely have this, but for right now it's just easy for me to show you in the computer section. You will have some items that are locked, and based on what you are trying to do, you have to gain certain skills to unlock these items. Well, again, if you type in Control+SHIFT+C, and if you type in bb.ignoregameplayunlocksentitlement, spell mint right, that will turn that cheat on. Again, these are locked. So once you have that cheat on, you'll have to come off of it. You can go back in it, and now as you can see, all of the computers are unlocked. None of the computers are locked. So if you don't like, if you're not even doing a writer skill, but you want one of the top of the line computers, if you have that on, you can get a better computer. Another cheat that they have on here is bb.showhiddenobjects. What? bb.showhiddenobjects. Did it come on? No, it probably did. I can't remember if that's, y'all forgive me. With show hidden objects, there's a lot of objects in the game that if you do certain things, those objects will appear. So here are these hidden objects that if you like win certain things, or like if you like do fishing and stuff like that, all these hidden objects you earn as you do things. Well, if you don't want to go through all of that, if you don't want to do a fishing skill but you want some fish hanging on your wall, if you do show hidden objects, those objects will appear. As you can see here, I have quite a few items that have the little wrenches to them, and those wrenches will pop up in your game as custom content. That's what custom content comes to look like in your game. It has the little wrench on it, and we'll get into custom content and where I get my custom content from in just a few minutes. One of the other things that I want to show you all, lastly, let's go back to live mode. That I want to show you guys is when with your sim is if you go to their needs, I use what is known as UI cheats, and what that does is if I am in the middle of doing something with my sim and I need my sim to just sit there and do whatever it is that I need for them to do, but their needs start to go down, just like a human being, our needs start to go down, even if we're in the middle of working and we're hungry, but we have to keep going. What I will do is I will click on it and it will automatically increase it. I'll click here and it'll automatically increase it. That way then my sim can continue to do, if my sim needs to go to the restroom and I'm like, no, I don't need you to go to the restroom, I need you to finish what I need you to do, what you're doing right now. You just click on it and bam, there you go. They don't have to go to the restroom. Now if your sim is full, just say your sim just automatically just finished eating and someone calls your sim and says, hey, let's go out on this date to this restaurant, and you're like, no, my sim just ate, but you want your sim to go on this date. You can click towards the middle and it'll drag it. It'll make your sim become a little bit hungrier. Try not to click too close towards the edge, because you will click it in the red and then your sim could possibly die from hunger, die from starvation. I did that by accident and I literally had to stop my game because one of my sims died and the Grim Reaper was not trying to hear my pleas for them to bring them back. So try your best not to click too close towards the end, because it will go into the red. So that is another one that I use, is the UI cheats. Another one that I use MC Command Center. MC Command Center is, to me, cheat central. Anything that you want to do to override what the game has going on, you can do in MC Command Center. You can modify your household, you can modify your sim. The only thing in MC Command you cannot do is make adjustments to your sim's features. You literally have to do that testing cheats true cas.fulleditmode cheat in order to edit your sim's features. Even in this, it will not let you edit your sim's features, so you have to be careful with that. They have cheats in here. You can increase your funds in here. $50,000 is the max that you can get in Motherlode with Motherlode, and of course, like I said, if you click on the money down here, you get $1,000. For increase of funds, if you come in here and you say that you want your sims to have $700,000, your Sims will get $700,000. My deal increased from 105 to 805. So if that's the way that you want to do, you can come in here and do that. You can increase cheat your Sims info. You can, okay, here it is. You can upgrade their skills, whereas you can max out all their skills, or it's say that you're actually trying to do something and you don't want them, you want to start their skills fresh, you can do that. You can go back, or you can just simply select a certain skill and increase that one skill. Oh, and if you come in here and you max out all your Sims skills, be ready to sit for about a good 5 minutes, because the system is going to say, congratulations, you maxed the skill, congratulations, you maxed the skill. It's going to keep popping up and you can't stop it. So just be prepared for that if you max out all their skills. Mood buff control, you can add a buff, you can remove a buff, and cheat emotion intensity. That's all about what kind of mood that your sim is in, whether they're angry, happy, flirty, whatever the case may be. Career cheats, you can promote them, you can demote them, however you want to do that. You can do all of that in the career cheats, and all of that is under cheat sim info, and you can increase their celebrity level. And with that comes this right here, which comes with get famous, and you can increase their fame level to gain points to enable them to kind of put themselves out there even more. Again, with the MC Command Center, you have the cleaner. I don't really know. You can actually do stuff in your inventory. If you have stuff in your inventory, you can mess with your inventory through here. The dresser is, you can change their outfit, you can blacklist items, whitelist items, randomize different parts. If you just want to, like, say for example, your sim is out and for some strange reason or another your sim does not have on any pants. If you click on this and you click on pants, your sim will automatically have on some pants, but it's going to randomize it. So what you get is what you get. Just be aware of that. If you click on change outfit, if your sim has went out and they have on their swimsuit and they're going to a restaurant, and when they pop up at that restaurant they still have on their swimsuit, you can come to change outfit, click on what you want them to put on, and it will change their outfit, as you can see right here in the corner. So let's go back. Pregnancy, of course this is a male, but see, this is why this says start alien pregnancy. If this was a female, it would just say start pregnancy. So in this, you can also, once you start their pregnancy, you can adjust whether or not, if you want them in their second or third trimester, you can go ahead on and induce their labor to just make them, oh, you're pregnant today, 2 seconds later then you can have your baby. You can do all of that here. MC Tuner, I don't really use. Sims Flags, I don't really use. Sims commands, if you want to modify your if you want to set their age, if you want to teleport them, or teleport someone if teleport them to a particular lot or a particular world, you can do that. I'm just going through some of the stuff that I mainly use. Oh, that's what I just used. Okay, and relationships. Relationships is just if you want to add a relationship, like if you see a particular sim walking around, you're like, oh, I want to know them, but I ain't got time to stop and get to know them. You can look them up. You can do add relationship. All the sims in your world will pop up, and you can just add that person as a relationship. If your sim already knows people, if they already have, well, Johnny has no relationship with anyone, but if he already, like, if he knew somebody, you can click on them and their MC Command Center will pop up, and you can edit their relationship within the MC Commands station as well. So that is pretty much the tips that I use as far as what I do with my sims within the actual game itself. And next, what I want to do is we're going to go through some of the mods and some of the I'm gonna show you where I get my custom content from and where I get my mods from. So stick around, stay tuned, don't go nowhere. Okay guys, so I kind of want to just give you a quick glimpse as to some of the websites that I go to for my mods. I normally I have my simple basic ones. I do Tumblr. I go to Tumblr and get some things, and I kind of just get stuff from different websites just depending on what I want. But my main websites that I go to is, I come to Simsdom. They have some really cool things in there, and they have, you can go to just get all of the different downloads. You can go to trending, and when you come to trending, they'll go through no, stop. Okay, if you go through trending, they'll have different stuff on what everybody else is pretty much downloading, what's hot, what's popping right now for the Sims as far as downloads. And you can go through the pages like that, or you can go to most downloaded. And when you go to most downloaded, you can actually go through the months and see what the most stuff that has been downloaded for that particular month. I am not ready to do any downloading right now, so I'm, like I said, I'm just going through some of the websites that I go to. I actually like this top. That's really cool. I'm gonna have to come back and get that. So this is another website that I come to. A lot of these websites, see, it says become a premier member. A lot of these websites want you to they ask for you to contribute. You know, they do offer their stuff for free, but just for a quick access, quick download, you know, they want you to, you know, support them, I guess, become a patron. And what you do is you pay a monthly fee to them. It could be anywhere from $1.99 to as far as high as, I've heard, $9.99, just depending on the content that they give, what they provide. And some people actually, more of the popular people that do mods, will allow you to have early access to some stuff. They're like, okay, before I release this to everybody, I'm just going to give it to my patrons. So it just depends on your flavor and what you look for. Unfortunately, I do support them as far as using their stuff in my game and whatnot, the stuff that they offer, you know, to everybody. But I don't, as far as just, I'm not a member of anything. It's not a requirement, so you don't have to feel like you should not have to feel like that you have to do it. But shout out to all the creators and everybody who goes through, you know, the hard work in order for us to enjoy what they offer and what they bring to the table. So Simsdom is one website, like I said, that I come to on a regular basis. The next one is, and the most, to me, I believe that it's the most popular one, is the Sims Resource, and that is thesimsresource.com. They have mods for all the Sims. As you can see, all the Sims, they have mods for, so then you can shed new light to your Sims. And I have a ad blocker on mine, but with the Sims Resource, I am actually a member. I can log in and do all of that, and the only thing that is different about being a member and actually paying is that if you can be a member and not have to pay. The only thing is that you have a countdown. You have like a 10-second countdown that you have to wait for before your file actually downloads. So the way to bypass that, the way to get past all these ads and everything that they have on here, is you pay. Let me see, how much is it? Let me go here. Show all. You pay, I think it's like $4.99 or $3.99, and you can get rid of all this extra stuff. Actually, here it is right there. Become a VIP member for only $4 a month or $25 a year. So there you go. There you have it. If you want to become a member and you're just basically they give you access. You don't have to have all this ad blocks, all these ads on here or anything like that, and you don't have to wait for your files to download. They will automatically download. If you don't want to be a member or anything like that, you can still choose whatever you want to choose. You just wait for it to load. Sorry about that. And then you can still hit download. Like I said, the only difference between a VIP member and just you downloading is you have a countdown on the stuff that and then you have all these ads. So it's strictly your preference, what you want to do. They have thousands, and I do mean thousands of downloads in this website. You got feature creations, you got sets. Sets can be anywhere from bedroom sets, bathroom sets, living room sets, kitchen sets. That's all your sets. Objects, just basic objects. If you just want a bed, if you just want a counter or a dresser, or just objects themselves. They have walls, which goes from the wall color, your paint, your wallpaper. Floors is wood floors. They have tile, they have carpet. Clothing is everything. Clothing, I believe that most people that start off with their mods start off with hair, shoes, and clothing, because that's what brings your Sims to life. That's what gives your Sims their flavor, is their clothing, their shoes, and their hairstyles. For the males, you have the facial hair, you have the beards, the mustache. For the ladies, you have all kinds of makeup. You have lipstick, you have the eyebrows, you have eyelashes, you have eyeliner, you have the skin tones, you have all of this. You got freckles, you got scars, you have all of this to give your bring your Sims to life. Accessories, of course, is rings, watches, socks, stockings, hair accessories, earrings, nose rings, piercings, all that kind of stuff is under accessories. Skin, of course, I talked about skin tones, eye colors. You have 1,000,001 different creators bringing you different eye colors, and you get exotic things, like you can do animal eyes, and it's really a lot of mods in here. A lot of people put their lots in here, and what the lot is if you click on lots, that's actually people creating houses, restaurants, apartments, you name it, and they're just giving you all this content into one download. And you're able to just go in there and you download it, you put it in your tray file under your EA game file, and you have a whole new lot that you can add to your game without any type of build or anything. So you have so much in here. Then you have stuff for your pets, and then of course Sims is, the creators actually creating Sims that you can download as well. The gallery for The Sims 4, you can download a lot of stuff, but some of the stuff that these creators do don't even put it in the gallery. They strictly use these websites, or they create their own websites for you to go to and get their special content. And with some of that stuff, like I said, you would go there and then you would have to become a patron, because just simply a lot of people don't want to do a lot of hard work for nothing. They want to share their creations and everything, but some of them like to get a little kickback for it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong at all, because these guys put their heart and soul into what they do, and it is what it is. So this is these two websites, which is the Sims Resource and Sims, and then there's also the Sims 4 update. Sims 4 update, you can get cheats from here. You can do different guides, tutorials, mods and traits, different tools. It just gives you all kinds of information. And of course, when it comes to their actual custom content, there you go. Look at this, 9,000 closed, 33,000 files. You know, it's a lot of stuff in here. And excuse me, if you're new to Sims, if you're just starting out with your Sims, if you're just starting out with custom content and mod, you can spend an entire week, literally an entire week, and just download so much stuff. It's just so much, and every day it's something new. Every single day it is something new. They're steadily adding to all of these. They're steadily updating all this custom content and everything. I want to tell people who are just now starting out with mods and custom content, you have to be careful, because when the Sims 4 update their games, it could be because there's a new game pack coming out, it could be because there's a new expansion pack coming out, it could be because they just need to fix some things with some of the other stuff that they've already released. It could trigger your mods not to work properly, so you'll get stuff like last exceptions telling you, okay, this mod no longer works. But you just have to figure out what mod doesn't work and why it doesn't work, or get it out of your game. And it could cause your game to crash, it could cause your game not to open at all. It just depends. So you really have to do, I would say, really have to do your homework and your research when it comes to mods and CC. If you want to take that chance, go right ahead, because that's what I did. I dived in head first with that, and unfortunately my first time around it did not work out. My game crashed and I had to restart everything, and I lost a lot of content and everything, so I had to start my downloads all over again. And I know some people who just have gotten rid of all their CC altogether and just came more update with everything, so they got rid of all their old and came in with the new. So that's pretty much for me. These are my main three, which is like I said, Sims 4 updates, the Sims resource, and Sims done. Now I do have a couple of people that I do just check up on, just to see where they are and what they got going on. And see, like always, my bad, Kawaii Stacy, she does download, she does custom content. I get a lot of my mods from her. I get Slice of Life from her, which is a really cool mod, because it brings more to your sim as far as their moods and everything. Like, it offers your sim to be able to have a menstrual cycle. It when they become really flirty, they get flushed cheeks and they look all, you know, if they get sleepy, they have the big red puffy eyes. It's just, they bring a little bit more, it gives a little bit more life to your sim. She has, and see, she has the after school activities, which I need to download. And she has, let's see, gameplay mods. Let's see if I can pull this. I can't click on this one. Okay, hold up. Uh-oh, where'd it go? Oh, okay, it's moving. I'm moving faster than it's moving, sorry. And see, she lets you know, this is, don't blame her for nothing. You are the one that's responsible once you put those mods in for your own thing. So she has more to homework. She has resorts and hotels, the house flipper. I actually want to try this mod. I really do. I haven't really tried the explore mod. I've seen other people that have tried it, and to me it's nothing, just super thrilling and exciting. Starting an event, they give you, she has different events that you can do other than just the basic ones that the Sims offer. So I would definitely recommend that you check Stacy out, because I do believe that she has some really, really good mods that can give your game, make your game a little bit more interesting, make your game a little bit more fun. Another, oh, I didn't mean to close that, but another simmer that I like to, I'm always pro black for my black sisters and brothers. I do Ebonic Sims. She does a lot of black creations for us urban people, and I really like a lot of her stuff. She does a lot of new releases, and she releases a lot of stuff um, exclusively for her patron, the people that do her patron. So it just depends on what you want. She does offer free stuff, but then she offers even more if you become a patron to her website. So like I said, a little bit goes a long way. Just depends on what you want to do and how you want to bring your sim to life. Another mod that I have in my game is Basemental Drugs and the Basemental Shop. Basemental Gangs and Basemental Alcohol. And basically what this does is it gives your sims the ability to be able to become drug dealers, to start gangs, to drink alcohol other than the alcohol that they have within the Sims 4 game. And once again, like I said, it just brings another added flavor to your game, just something to make it a little bit more interesting. If that is what if that's what you want your Sims to be your Sims life to be to revolve around, is my Sims come from the hood, they get some gang bangers and they do drugs and they do this, that, and the other. Well, excuse me, this is the website for you. This is what you want to download and you want to get into your game. And I do believe with Basemental Drugs, you do have weed, you have cocaine, you have speed, and you have Molly. So, and I think it's some other stuff in there, I believe, but that is what Basemental Drugs is all about. So if you want to go there, please, 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 ladies and gentlemen, not for the kiddies. Sacrificial Mods is this is another mod download that you can do that can bring different aspects to your game. They have the Armageddon, life tragedies, zombie apocalypse, and all of this stuff. It just gives your game a whole new flavor. It just adds more to your game. The mod that I've normally done from Sacrificial Mods is I've done Road to Fame, and I keep Road to Fame because it just adds on to getting famous with Sims 4. Road to Fame came out first. This Sacrificial Mods created Road to Fame, so then your sim could become famous, and then of course then Sims came out with Get Famous. So I mean, pretty much they both go hand in hand. No biggie, no real big difference, at least not to me. So it really doesn't matter which way you go. If instead of you buying Get Famous, if you don't want the whole if you don't mind not having I can't even think of the world, but if you don't mind not having that specific world, if you don't mind all the extra, get Road to Fame. It's a free download and you can do this. Another mod that I had was the Hold It Up mod. You could be a stripper, you could be a prostitute, you could be a call girl, I believe, where you do stuff online. So that's something else that's interesting that you can add to your game. They have extreme violence, and with extreme violence, when I say extreme violence, you can get in here and you can just go ham on somebody. Life's drama is, of course, life drama. You know, you can go broke, you can go into it with boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever the case may be. So, I mean, it just depends on what you are into and what you want your game, what type of flavor that you want your game to be. So, again, like I said, these are some of the mods, and there are couple of other ones that I kind of go to. Like I said, I go to Sims Tumblr, the Sims 4 Tumblr. I come here, and they have 1,000,001 different things that you can look up for the Sims 4. You can log in. I mean, you can sign up if you don't already have a login or sign up for Tumblr. You can sign up and you can access different things. You can tell them what you're actually looking for with the Sims 4. See it says want to see more posts, tag hashtag Sims 4. You can actually type in if you're looking for furniture, if you're looking for kitchen objects, clothes. Oh, excuse me, special actual CC, like they have Louis Vuitton stuff, they have Burberry stuff, they have Jordans, they have all kinds of, you know, everyday stuff that we have in reality. They have on, you can find it on here on Tumblr, different hairstyles and everything, just like all of the other websites that I showed you. So I hope that this video helped out you guys, especially the ones who are new to Sims 4, who have gotten into wanting to learn more about Sims 4. And as I have learned over the years, and you know, taking more and more of an interest as to how to create a better game for myself, and just make my game more fun. And so, you know, stick around for more of my videos. Make sure you guys, you like, you comment, you share this video, you make sure you subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell. Guys, come back and see me in the meantime, in between time. Deuces.